Hey there, it's Amanda Guarnieri here from the Resume RX. I am a nurse practitioner since 2011, and this is my place where I give you sound career and professional guidance for nurse practitioners so that you can figure out how to find and land that job that leaves you both professionally and personally fulfilled. That is my number one wish for all of you. So, thanks for being here today. Today, I'm going to talk briefly about how to organize the requirements for your renewal cycles for your different credentials. This is a pretty hot topic because once you are newly licensed and certified, you don't want to miss the renewal cycles so that you can stay licensed and stay certified. So it can seem like a daunting task to keep track of these things, and that there's a lot of balls in the air to juggle, but I'm going to show you a way that I think is pretty simple so that you never miss a deadline. So the first thing I recommend that you do is make a list of all the different things that will require updating and renewal. And those things usually fall under the umbrella of certifications and also licenses. So to talk about certifications, we've talked about them a little bit before, but the first thing to keep track of is your board certifications. So me personally, I have two. I'm an adult nurse practitioner, and I'm also a women's health nurse practitioner. Conveniently, those are both given to me by two different certifying bodies. So the cycle is different, the renewal requirements are different, so it's easy to lose track of what to renew. So what I recommend doing first is making a list of all your certifications. So board certifications, CPR certifications, any additional RN or specialty certifications that you'd like to keep up with. You want to make a list of those and then mark down the important things like how often do you have to recertify those certifications? Is there a fee involved? And then what are the requirements? Everything will have its own requirements. So it may be continuing ed, it may be continuing ed plus a certain amount of practice hours. You want to go to each of those organizations that issue those credentials to figure out exactly what those pieces are and then mark them down. So you want to repeat this process with all the different certifications that you have. Like I said, your board certifications, but also your things like your CPR, ACLS, BLS, those types of things. You definitely don't want to let those lapse because then you'll have to go through the class all over again, and that takes time and money, and we don't want to do that. So you'll go through the same process for your licenses. So depending on your state, you may have multiple licenses. For example, I practice in New York. So in New York, I have an APRN, Advanced Practice Registered Nurse license, and I also have an RN, a Registered Nurse license. They aren't combined in New York. I do need the RN in order to have the APRN license, but they're on different renewal cycles. There are different requirements for both. So you want to make sure that you're marking down all the licenses required by your state and also marking down what the renewal requirements are for each one, as well as the fees and the dates. Some of them go by the date of your last renewal. Some of them renew, every third year during your birth month, whatever. Every state is different, so you'll want to refer to your state board of nursing for that information. The other license that kind of falls in this domain, though it is a federal license, would be your DEA license. So that's your prescriber license for scheduled medications, scheduled substances, and that, at least as of 2020, is $731 every 3 years and is very easily renewable online. So once you know exactly what you have to keep up with and what requires renewal, what's the best system for figuring out how to keep track of everything? I'll link to another video that I have that shows my exact paper system for using a binder that's separated by different credential. But what I usually recommend doing is keeping a file folder or a digital file folder and organizing them by credential and by organization, and then having a cover sheet or some sort of tracking system to keep track of the requirements, the dates that you will need renewal, the fees involved, and then anything that's miscellaneous. And you can keep track of, you can note, the website that you need to go to, how you need to submit your renewals. If you just do that one time at the beginning, once you are new out of school and freshly licensed and certified, then it should be easy to keep up with things as things go by. Some of the organizations will send you courtesy emails when your renewal cycles are due, but I really do recommend not waiting for those emails because sometimes they're sent out a little bit too late and you'll find out that you have 2 months left and 50 continuing ed requirements to do. So if you can be proactive, it's really the best way to be. There are a few other digital ways and digital apps that you can use for this as well. Figure out what works for you. What is something that you will check in with often? What is a way that will give you reminders? If you need to have reminders sent to you, if you're not going to actively look through something every month or every couple months to see what's coming up, then you may want to set reminders on your phone, or have some sort of automation so that you don't miss these deadlines. And regardless of which way you choose, deciding to have one master spreadsheet either printed out or on your computer somewhere that's color-coded and has all the requirements all in one place, all the dates all in one place, will be really helpful because not only will it keep you on track for all your renewals, but as you fill out documents like your resume and job applications and all these things that actually want to know specific dates and certification numbers and these things, you'll have everything just in one place. So you could just reference this one document that will give you all the information that you have to go through all these kind of annoying processes a little bit easier. So that's it. That's all I have for you right now about how to organize your credentials. I have a few other videos that I'll link down below of different processes that you may find helpful for this. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you could like it, subscribe to my channel, and maybe share it with a nurse practitioner friend, colleague, or classmate so that we can make this somewhat daunting and overwhelming process a little bit easier for all nurse practitioners. And if you found this helpful, I hope you'll head to my website, theresumérx.com. And if you haven't already gotten it, I have a great credentialing cheat sheet and timeline available for you. That'll put you on my email list, and you'll be the first to know about new videos, tips, tricks, programs, and everything else that I'm doing to help you make this journey something a little bit more enjoyable as you get to your professional destination.